Hello, my name is Ty Wilson. I'm Georgia workers' compensation attorney practicing law in the state of Georgia. And our video topic for today is the role of a work injury lawyer and why you need legal representation. All right, so let's talk about this. Do you need legal representation in all claims? Absolutely not. If you have a very minor injury, chances are you're going to get to the urgent care clinic. They're going to do what they need to do, get you back to work. You're going to heal. And quite frankly, if your injury is extremely minor, you're going to make more money staying employed with that employer, regardless of the hurt feelings in the process, than you would if you try to settle the claim. And keep in mind, when there is a settlement, typically speaking, first of all, it's optional. Okay, so nobody has to settle, and the employer may not want to. If it's very minor, there's really no motivation for them to settle the claim. If they do, it will be something where they also request resignation, so you're not going back there. I know a lot of times people's feelings get hurt during this process. They don't feel like everybody has their best interest at heart. And so understanding the laws and regulations, well, that's one of the complicated things that workers' comp appears very straightforward, but it can be deceivingly complicated. And there are twists and turns the deeper you get into the law. And so what may appear clear may not be, depending upon the law and the case law that's out there. And so this would be a reason that you would want an attorney to help you navigate that and help you obtain what needs to be obtained to help you out. So understand those laws. As a Georgia workers' compensation attorney, we work with them day in, day out. We know the changes. We're always looking at updating what is out there. The employer and insurance tactics. Okay, so as far as how the adjusters and the attorneys handle these claims, a lot of times, if it's just you and you're not represented by counsel, there typically is not an attorney on the file unless it goes into litigation. That being said, these adjusters will do whatever they have to do to deny, delay, and really just stretch out the claim and frustrate you. They don't always answer your calls. They don't really care unless it's something they want from you. They want a recorded statement from you. Are they going to tell you something in exchange for that recorded statement, give you something of value? No. They really control all the cards. They control access to medical care. They control access to you getting checks. And whenever you can talk to several clients of mine, whenever you're getting checks, that doesn't mean everything's set. All of a sudden, here comes a holiday. Here comes Labor Day. Here comes Memorial Day. And guess what? The check now is a week behind. Well, your bills aren't a week behind. And so there are tactics that they use to put pressure, and they know that financially, the whole workers' compensation system will put financial pressure on you because you're going to be making less than you were before. And so there are a lot of tricks that we see as attorneys, and we try to eliminate and cut out. And so for the sake of speed, there is a benefit to having a Georgia workers' compensation attorney on your file that knows what to look for and knows how to try to at least minimize and or eliminate the delay and the unnecessary delay specifically. All right, proving the full extent of your injuries. This is another area where you need all the evidence you can get because you have the burden as the injured worker to prove that the employer is responsible for the claim. That being said, workers' comp is a no-fault system. So you just have to prove that you were employed, that you were an employee, and that you were hurt on the job, doing the job you were supposed to be doing. There are exceptions to these rules, but that is typically what you have to prove, and that you were injured and what body parts were injured, and that you gave notice of the injury. So again, there are details that have to be filled in. Typically speaking, the claimant themselves don't always cover these if they decide to go pro se, meaning represent themselves in front of a board with a hearing or what have you. So this is again where an attorney can come in, get the evidence that is needed to lay it out for the court as clearly and succinctly as possible to minimize delay and just maximize the chances of being successful. So how can an attorney help? Well, again, expertise and experience in the world of workers' comp would be important, certainly if you're an injured worker. And that's what we're talking about here. The attorney will gather the evidence, including the medical records, possibly sending questionnaires to the doctor to get specifics to eliminate no guesswork. That's a biggie. The doctors may not be very clear. The doctors are not always proficient or accurate in listing what needs to be put in those medical records. As a workers' compensation attorney, it is sometimes required that we put together a questionnaire and send it to the doctor. Believe us, the other side is doing it. Both the adjuster and sometimes the attorneys are sending questionnaires to that doctor. And depending upon the response of that questionnaire, that could be the difference between you getting a procedure approved, you continuing to receive income benefits, and really having your claim continue forward. And so there is a constant behind the scenes race. This is where a Georgia workers' compensation attorney can benefit you greatly, maximizing your benefits. As attorneys in the world of workers' comp, we are always trying to make sure that you are getting everything that you are entitled to. And that does not always happen if you don't have someone who knows all the laws and what you are entitled to and knows what and how to obtain that information to get you the benefits you need. Handling denied disputes. As an attorney, we do that all the time. And that is something that we don't necessarily just walk away from, okay? That could require litigation and often does. And so that brings another layer of complexity, because now you're dealing with the Georgia Civil Practice Act. Now you're dealing with evidence. You're dealing with a lot of things that we went to law school for that you may not have. And so you want to make sure that you have the best opportunity to be successful. This could be your livelihood depending upon the nature of your injury. We hope this information's been helpful. Lastly, but not least, by hiring the right attorney, and I will say the right attorney, you reduce your stress level. And what does that mean? That means you don't feel like you're blindfolded running in a forest, hoping you don't hit a tree. You hire the right attorney, you're comfortable with them, you trust them, and that's a biggie, and we take that very seriously here. But you trust them that they're going to do the right thing that's in your best interest, and they're going to try to maximize what they can do for you. That is worth everything, and that will give you the peace of mind to focus on your recovery and to do whatever you need to do for yourself and your family while your attorney does the heavy lifting. We hope this information's been helpful. We look forward to seeing you on the next video. Stay safe.
If you or a loved one has been injured on the job and have questions about what is going on with your claim, feel free to give us a call or reach out. We'll be happy to answer any question we can to help you move along with the claim. Thank you.